Hello everyone, this is Tiktakmir. Today we have an outdoor review and are going to a unique place, the Curranian Spit Natural Park. This spit is the longest in the world and was formed about 8,000 years ago. Nowadays, it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site number 994. You might know, it is located in Kaliningrad area. Some part of the spit is in Lithuania, but its 48 kilometers are Russian. Nowhere in Europe you can see such nature, around 900 plant varieties and 290 types of vertebrates. Traveling there you will see pine forests, sand dunes and pastures of lichen. There are lots of things worth visiting, such as the dancing wood named after the trees that have fancy shapes of trunks growing in there, the kingwood walking route going through a wood of century-old trees, and an ornithological station. Every spring and fall, millions of birds migrate to the south and back, flying above the Curranian Spit. On the Curranian Spit there are 3 villages, and we are heading to have a good time and make a review of a new watch in one of those. In Rybachi, one of the 3 villages on the Spit, there is a hotel and restaurant complex called El Primo, where you can have a very tasty meal and spend the weekends. Neighboring a pine forest and a sand beach, it is a perfect place to stay. Along with human guests, many swans visit the complex and make El Primo truly wonderful. Its personnel is always friendly and even recognizes regular visitors. Frankly speaking, my family and I are regular visitors there, and we invite you to visit the complex. And here, in this beautiful place, we are taking a look at this watch. We've already had an unpacking video on our channel, so now let's take a closer look at this model, reference GPW 2001 A2JF. It is a brand new G-Shock available since the 19th of March 2017. And in this watch, Casio has installed its new 3 advanced time correction systems: terrestrial radio wave reception, also known as multiband 6, GPS satellite signal reception, and Bluetooth transmission. And now, let's get to some other features of this model. It has a quality matte rubber band with a nice blue carbon-like layer on the inner side, which looks fine, along with the similar color bezel. There is also a nice carbon piece in between the band and the case. Talking of metal parts, first of all, the bezel is metal, looks very rugged and manly. I personally absolutely love it. The side buttons are different from standard models. On the right side you can see matte metal buttons with polished upper edges. I will say nothing about the screws, every G-Shock has such things and they look just fine, and this particular model is no exception. But on the left side there is one screw in the middle that cheapens the overall look. It took me a while to realize why I didn't notice that on GPW 1000. Well, the answer is, on the previous model the screw is colored black, so looking at the new watch I really feel like painting over that guy. The watch also has a stainless steel caseback with all important information on it: multiband 6 and Bluetooth, GPS, 200 meter water resistance, 5502 movement, made in Japan, etc. By the way, for those who like math, Casio lovers know that the company puts a production date on the caseback. Look here, 201C, which say nothing to us, and then 102G. 102 means the 102nd day of the year. The letter is the year, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, the 7th letter in the alphabet. So we have 102nd day 2017. In other words, it is approximately the middle of April. The buckle and keeper are also metal. The buckle has nice satin finish to it and again pretty attractive polished edges. Regarding the sizes, they've stayed about the same. Compared to the previous model GPW 1000, the case fits and looks very alike on a 17.5 cm wrist. Now let's look at the sizes. The first number is GPW 1000, the second one is GPW 2000. The sapphire diameter is 35 mm versus 34. The bezel is 47 versus 46.8. The overall diameter is 55 versus 56.7. The height is 56 versus 57.1. The thickness is 18.6 versus 18.3. And the weight is 126 grams versus 120 grams. So, in spite of a different module and an advanced technology, the sizes are very much alike, which is great, and I give my respect to Casio. Well done! Let's now talk about the new movement, as it is the most interesting part of this watch. It was released not long ago, and I have an opinion on putting it in different models of the company such as Oceanus, MRG, and of course G-Shock. And I will share my opinion with you in the end of this video. Today is the 5th of June 2017, and on the 9th of June a new Oceanus will be released. I've already ordered one and will tell you and show you everything about it in a separate video in I think like 2 weeks. It will come out. So the 5502 movement. It is energy safety technology that allows the watch stay in darkness for 23 months and not lose the time. Automatic GPS synchronization once a day. Multiband 6 that synchronizes the time 6 times a day by a radio signal. Bluetooth and new application for a cell phone called Mobile Link, which helps you set the time, change the time zone, or set an alarm clock. And a new thing, GPS tracker that allows to track your location. I'll show you how it works a little later in this video. It also has a world time function. You can see the time zones on the inner bezel. There are 39 time zones and 28 cities. Date aperture at 3 o'clock and a multifunctional disc at 6 o'clock. Let me show you how it works. When turn the Smart Access crown, the disc turns as well. The crown is screwed down very tight, plus there are crown guards on the case, so it takes muscle to unscrew the thing. Okay, the crown is out. The first position. Now we can change the time zone. We have Athens and can change it to any other one. Okay, let's leave it Athens. The second position allows you to change the main time. I changed the time zone to Tokyo. In the end of this video, I'll show you that new Casio synchronization technology in action compared to the previous caliber. Okay, the screw is back in the case. On the left side of the watch, there's a mode button. It allows to switch between different functions. The first one is the stopwatch. I've showed you how to start it. You push the upper right button. Pushing that button for the second time stops the stopwatch. To reset it, you press the lower right button. The second function is the timer, and you do the exact same things as when operating the stopwatch. The third function is the alarm clock. It's turned off now, the second hand shows that. Pushing the mode button once more, you go back to the main time. When this movement appeared, I was very curious about possible changes in their GPS module, because GPS synchronization was very fast even with the previous generation watches. On our channel we have a video of an Oceanus and an F900 Citizen compared to each other. That time the Casio won. And today we have an old module MRG here so we can compare these two pieces side to side. I wish we had the GPW 1000 model, but unfortunately we were not able to make it for this review. Okay, let's get started. With the MRG, we should press and hold the lower right button, the same for the GPW 2000. So, ready, steady, go. Pushing the buttons, you can see that Casio has changed synchronization order. To synchronize previous generation watches, you needed to push the lower right button and wait till the second hand points at the T+P sign. Whereas with the new caliber, we should press this button, the second hand passes the C letter sign, which is connection with cell phone, stops at the T, it is time synchronization, and then you should push the lower right button again to get to the T+P mode, which stands for time and time zone synchronization. I wonder how much this affects the speed of action, but this new G-Shock is a top level model, so everything must be good. Here we see the MRG has caught the signal and is already changing the time, but the hands are moving slowly because of the obsolete motors. The new model has around 6 motors, one for every hand, that makes each move fast and independently. Meanwhile, the GPW 2000 shows us that synchronization failed. Well, that happens indoors. I've tried to synchronize in time-only mode and everything went fine. No idea why it doesn't want to do now. Well, let's try again. In any case, this test is successful. The MRG proved its top class and no obsolete, and it seems to be working even better than Oceanus models. Waiting for this G-Shock to synchronize, I will tell you about the application that you can buy in App Store or Android Market. It is called G-Shock Connected. It came out right after this G-Shock and works absolutely fine with, okay, a little later because the watch has finally received the signal and is changing the time. It took the new model 69 seconds. Needless to say that the MRG won this competition. Now let's get to the application. To connect the watch and the phone, you need to press the lower left button and hold it for 3 seconds till the second hand jumps to the C letter sign. Right now on the display of the phone you can see the two are being synchronized. And there they are. The second hand goes a circle and shows that the watch is connected. In the application there is a manual, flight log, world time, where you can change the time between your local and second time zones. Tapping the big red button will send the chosen to our G-Shock. The next thing is utility. There are two functions available now. Let's choose the timer, set it for 1 minute and see what will happen. Okay, we send the chosen to the watch. Now we can choose the timer mode and launch it. While it's running, I will tell you a little more about the app. Connecting your smartphone and watch, you should not only switch on Bluetooth but also GPS services on your phone, otherwise the app won't work. And now it's time to listen to the signal the watch makes. Well, it is pretty standard, to be honest. Just like any other shock. So again, about the app. First, you switch on your GPS services. Second, you switch on your Bluetooth, and then the watch will connect with your phone. That is very awkward. Now the flight log. Again, you need to switch on your GPS services and then connect with the phone. After that, on the map the app will show and remember your location at a given moment. Here is how it works. The flight log is a pretty interesting thing, can't call it revolutionary or very important though, at least because every smartphone has a GPS tracker and there's no need to have another spy bug in your watch. As a conclusion, this piece is a brand new top-level G-Shock with a first three-way sync module that feels very great along with the image of the series and this particular watch. I'm 100% sure we will see this movement in other high-class Casios. And the first of them is OCW G2000. We are going to make a review of this watch in a few weeks. And that's pretty it for now. Please click the like button and subscribe to our channel if you find it worth your attention. We have accounts on vk.com, Telegram and Instagram. And again, this is a Casio G-Shock GPW 2001 A2JF. Wear watches, they're worth it. Take care.